What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Realistic Rumor. This is episode number 65, and we've touched on it before. And as you can see there, and you can tell by the title, we are top at Christmas. Yes, what a fantastic first half of the season this has been. We are truly in a title hunt right now. I believe that we can compete for the Premier League trophy this season, but there's a lot of football still to be played. But halfway through, well, we're a game before halfway through the season. I've been very, very impressed with how this squad is gelling. I think maybe a couple of additions in January. We've got the budget for it, and we could be looking like a top side. Well, in today's episode, you will see us take on Aston Villa, Tottenham, and West Ham, all Premier League fixtures as we round off the month of December, which has been a pretty decent month considering how hellish it looked when we saw it at the start. One defeat in the league to United, one defeat in the cup to West Ham. Apart from that, victories and one draw with City. So it's been a good month indeed. We've handled this bunch of fixtures very well. Looking at the lineup today, it is as you would expect. Nico Williams in facing his former side. Jacob Ramsey won't get the chance to start against his former side. He is on the bench for now. Villa only 5 wins from their first 18, so they are struggling down the foot of the table, but no problem for us there. We've been flying, keeping clean sheets as well. Dean Henderson, joint top clean sheets, I think, so far, so let it, long may it continue. Well, it would be Dean's goal that would be under pressure first off. Villa from a corner, they have a shot which crashes off the underside of the bar, and you can see there, very lucky we were that it didn't cross the white line. 10 minutes in, Dean's forced into a save, his first of the game. And the Villains, despite being the underdogs in this game, are really up for it so far. And they have a golden opportunity here to score. Dean Henderson sort of showed his cards early and dived. But luckily, we got the block in. And then he did save the rebound. Our first shot of any note came 20 minutes in. Brennan Johnson forcing the keeper into a fairly comfortable save. And then into the second half, Brennan again forcing the keeper into the save. And this was a game which was you'd expect it to go the home way, but it didn't go like that. And Villa were very impressive, especially in the first half. The second half we came back into it, but we could hardly create anything. For 15 minutes to go, great work from Nico Williams. He finds Brennan Johnson, and the Welshman was denied a couple times in this game. He would not be denied a third. Brennan gets his 17th in 19, and we get a 1-0 lead. And how big could that goal be? 15 minutes to go. We finally break the deadlock. And it seemed like after that goal, it cut us loose. You know, we were able to play some free flowing football, and Brennan would grab his and our second goal to seal the victory with just over 7 minutes to go. And then as we entered injury time, Isak, one of the subs, forced the Villa keeper into a smart save, and then they pass it around the back, and well, it's an absolute nightmare. Brennan grabs this hat trick in injury time, and even by the celebration, he's just apologising. You can't really celebrate that. The keeper's just fired it straight at Brennan. He's turned and just thumped it home for his and our third, and that would be game. Not a scoreline that reflects the game at all. Especially that first half, the visitors really came at us, and we relied on Dean Henderson, who has just been an absolute solid player for us all 4 seasons. And it would be class if we could get him a golden glove. Sorry, not a golden boot. It'd be class if we could get him a golden glove because he deserves it. He has been an absolute staple in our team. So he kept us in the game. Brennan Johnson came up trumps late on, 3 goals in the last 15 minutes to give us a vital win, and those were his 17th, 18th, and 19th goals of the season. So 19 and 19 for Brennan, and we are officially at the halfway stage of the season. Halfway, and we are first in the league. We got a 2 point gap over Arsenal. Fifth best defence, just 24 goals conceded, which is such a big improvement as we've touched on already. We are out of the Carabao Cup, yes, and you know we won't be able to hold that trophy anymore. But our FA Cup journey begins next month, so hopefully we'll be able to reach Wembley via that competition, and we're into the knockout stage of the Europa League. So the first half of this season has been fantastic, but nothing is won in December, as we well know, unless it's the Qatar World Cup. Well, we speak to a few players here. We rejected I think it was a bid from an Italian side, I can't remember who, maybe Lazio for Aidan Smith. And then a few players come to me, basically asking for game time. Brereton Diaz wants game time. He's hardly played this season. The Chilean was such an impact player off the bench for us last year, But because of Brennan's success this year, he has just not found a foot in. He's been fourth choice, maybe even fifth choice behind Hosselu. Hoslu's been getting all of the game time in the Europa League, and the Spaniard comes to us there and says that he wants more game time. And Benjamin Farmer, I mean, the enigma that is Benjamin Farmer, I don't know what to do with this guy. But heading into the second game of the episode and the final game of what year are we in? 2025, I think. Maybe 2026. I've forgotten the year. My word. The final game of the calendar year, and it's Tottenham away. A game where, well, a fixture where we don't do too well. A stadium where I don't think we've picked up a point. Tottenham have a very good record against us, but they are currently third in the league. Spurs 2 points behind us. They know a win will take them above us, potentially to the top of the table, depending on Arsenal's results. But if we wanted to make a statement, this would be the game to do it. This was the game to really show that we are here to compete. Just one change to the lineup. Lopez misses out due to a 5-day knock, so Jacob Ramsey comes in at a deeper role. Son forces Henderson into the first save of the game, then we would go down the other end. Brennan Johnson ball rolls, gets it onto his right foot, but his finesse effort goes crashing off the base of the post. Brennan would then turn to provider to see if Taiwo could break the deadlock, and that he did. Wanyi makes it 1-0 with his 15th goal in 20 games for us. Another assist for Johnson. I would love to know how many goal contributions these two have together. We know this season they lead the top two goals and assist tallies, but I would love to know how many times they've set up each other, because they are just absolutely in tandem. Well, talking of players in tandem, Kane would find Heung-min Son, and the Korean would level for the hosts before Basuma picks up a yellow card here and gives away a foul. Just a few minutes before half time, we play it short. Maguire out wide to Williams. Nico Williams, he's found Johnson in behind, he's onside. Brennan Johnson on the stroke of half time. That could be huge. Brennan, ball bobbles up with the first touch. He smashes it past Emi Martinez and celebrates with those travelling fans. And on the stroke of half time, we make it 2-1. A couple minutes into the second half, Taiwo would force Martinez into his first save of the half, and then from the resulting corner, Maguire with a header saved by Martinez. We're peppering them now, and from that resulting corner, Martinez would have to make a couple of saves, reacting well to keep Taiwo out, and we were knocking at the door. This was it. We knew that we could make a statement here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and Taiwo Awoniyi would bag his second goal of the game, our third, and give us that 2-goal cushion. Huge goal, that one from Taiwo. And now we have a bit of breathing space. Lovely finish, drilled into the top corner. Martinez, the Argentinian, had absolutely no chance. As you can see, I'm very happy with that one. At just over an hour on the clock, Syankov flicks off to Ramsey, who finds Awoniyi in. Forest have a chance here to really put the nail in the coffin. Taiwo finds Brennan for those two linking up once again. Brennan finds the back of the net. A couple of subs later on in the final 10 minutes, we would bring on Oscar Greenwood as well as Benjamin Farmer, the two youth academy graduates. Into injury time in this game, Spurs have a corner. We look to break from it. Brennan Johnson, but finding Benjamin Farmer, who has a burst of pace to get away from Sessegnon. Benjamin Farmer, what can he do from here? Finds the bottom corner, and Forest have 5. Well, we said we wanted to make a statement, and that we have. 5 goals at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. We batter one of the closest rivals that we have this season. Tottenham, who were in third, they knew a win would take them above us. We have just come here and won 5-1. Talk about a statement. You want a statement? There's your statement. Forest are here to compete for this title. I'm telling you, there's just a feel-good factor about this team this season. It is just clicking. The defence are keeping clean sheets. Henderson's on fire. The forwards are absolutely outrageously in the hottest form of their life right now. We are here to compete. So looking at the table as we turn into January, Southampton, Palace, Bournemouth, all struggling down the bottom with, I think, the first two with only a 1 win to their name. As you can see there, we are top. And there's the email. The January transfer window is open. Farmer comes to us and says he's happy. Transfer window's open. I don't have my eye on too many players. There's a couple of players that I'd consider selling potentially, but I'm not going to put anyone up for transfer. Like the squad's happy, and I'm not going to force anything. We have 176 million in the budget, and then straight away a very interesting offer indeed. Rangers come in for our captain Harry Maguire, and Maguire was one of the players who was on my mind that I was thinking about selling. We only just gave him a year extension contract, but I was still thinking about potentially selling him. He is the captain, but he's just past it now, and there's been a few times this season where he's been liable for some goals we've conceded, and just going into the run-in for the end of the season, I can't afford to be having that at the back. So do you know what? I felt like this was a pretty realistic move going to Rangers. You know, he's in the twilight of his career now. I think he'll enjoy his football up at the Ibrox. And we managed to agree, I think it was 14.5 million in the end for Maguire. So he will be on his way to Scotland, and we will need to find a centre back replacement as we reject a bid from Arsenal for Taiwo Awoniyi. Taiwo's not going anywhere. He's ours. He is a Forest boy through and through. Well, going into the third and final game of the episode, it would be West Ham away. A familiar foe. We faced them just a couple of episodes ago. They knocked us out of the Carabao Cup in the stadium, beating us 3-2, a Raspadori with a hat-trick. Let's hope we could find a bit of redemption for that defeat there. Well, Raspadori would play in that cam spot for West Ham today, playing behind Sesko. The Hammers currently sat in mid-table. They're 12th right now, so having a bit of an average season. It's not too bad, not too great as well. With just 5 minutes in, Brennan Johnson finds Taiwo Awoniyi. Those two, they're just outrageous. They link up once again. Taiwo with a beautiful curling finish into that far corner. Arsenal wanted Taiwo. We are not letting him go anywhere. He is an unbelievable striker. 88 rated now, by the way. It is just absolutely outrageous. So 13 minutes in, Taiwo would again be involved. He finds Renan Lodi out wide. And Brennan, what a cross this is, by the way. Brennan Johnson heading it into the far corner. Lovely cross from Lodi. I thought Johnson might have been offside at first. The flag stays down, and we have a quick 2-0 lead. Maguire almost gets on the score sheet. I would have loved of this to have gone in what was probably his last game for the club. The captain almost bags our third. Well, we would get that third with less than half an hour on the clock. Beautiful play between Awoniyi and Nico Williams. The Spaniard finds the Nigerian and he volleys home. And then from kickoff, those two link up once again. This time it's the vice versa roles, and Nico Williams is, well, this shouldn't have been a goal. The keeper's had an absolute mare here. The shot straight at him, but he fumbles it. And we've scored two in a couple of minutes, and we are 4-0 up before half time. Absolute, we are just flying right now, on really, really good form. 5 at Tottenham, 4 in the first half against West Ham, and well, we wanted a reaction after West Ham knocked us out of the Carabao Cup and denied us the chance to hold our trophy. We have responded really well. Dean Henderson would be forced into one good save towards the back end of the first half, and then Johnson would try to get his second of the game, but the West Ham keeper, Rico, denying him there. And then Isak, one of the subs, I think we made 4 subs at half time. Isak forcing the keeper into a good save. Before this, I wanted to make sure he got a standing ovation. I wish they could make more of that in the game, like when you know a player's going to move on, they get a standing ovation. Harry Maguire, the captain, gets subbed off, plays his final game in a Forest shirt, and says thank you and goodbye to the Forest fans. What a great servant he's been with the club. We signed him in season 2. 3 years as captain. He led us to a Carabao Cup trophy. Harry Maguire, thank you so much. We would grab a late 5th goal. Benjamin Farmer, the substitute, making it 2-2 for him in the league after his goal at Tottenham. He scored the 5th goal in both games as well, actually. Again, a finish where the keeper has to be questioned, but it finds its way into the back of the net, and we go out 5-0 winners from against West Ham. We remain top of the table. It's another clean sheet. We are flying. Let me know in the comments right now. Do you think we can win the league this year? Because I think we might be able to. As we see a couple of the loan players, Nathan Noble and Will Swan, coming back from their loan deals, as Brennan Johnson and Isak are grateful for the game time they're getting. To be honest, Isak's not been starting much, so I'm glad that he's still happy. As we see here, Nathan Noble, he's been out on loan, and I knew that the scouts were rating him highly. 73 rated at the moment, 18 years old, and he does have the potential to be special tag. That was a mouthful. So I'm going to not send him out on loan again, keep him here. He might make some sub appearances. We've got the FA Cup coming up as well, so he'll probably play in that. We're going to convert him to a striker, though, because he is a centre forward at the moment. As we reject a bid here from Inter Milan for Dean Henderson. Dean is not going anywhere. The transfer for Harry Maguire is confirmed. Harry, thank you so much. Your services have been incredible. El Capitan, you will always be remembered. Thank you for your loyal years with the club. I know you were only here for 3 years, but you were a massive impact, and I felt like we took you away from Man United, where you were under the cosh, and you really made a name for yourself here. So enjoy your football in Scotland. We're going to have to look to replace him now. Let me know in the comments who you think I should maybe sign and replace Maguire with. Is it going to be a starting centre-back? Is it going to be a backup? Who knows? The January transfer window is now open, and we are going to be doing some business as we look to spearhead this title hunt. But that'll be it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Smash the like on the video, and I'll see you in episode 66 very soon.